Today's show is brought to you by Charlotte Hall Museum in Prescott, an Arizona history adventure. Prescott Honda. Better cars don't cost more.
By Tender Heart Senior Care. We're there because we care. By Cliff Castle Casino Hotel. Always friendly, always fun.
It is summer zoo camp at the Heritage Park Zoological Sanctuary. You can call for your reservation. Limited spots still available. Sessions are June running through July 29th, age group 6 to 8 years old. Also, the Nocturnal Nature Nights at the zoo will run through August 27th at the zoo. The zoo will remain open until 8 p.m. So if you want to know about either one of those events, please give them a look-see. Phone number and website on your screen. Talking with us in the studio now, Tom Griesel. He is the author of TurboCharged Diet. You wrote this along with your sister, Diane.
Yes.
And we love, I love the comment. Lou loves it more than I. It really touched his funny bone.
Oh boy, did it.
A drawing of a fat caveman. No, we have never seen, and I have my own opinion as to why. I mean, they were running around. They had to hunt for their food. They ate good food, healthy foods.
They were dragging their woman.
Well, yeah, okay. Not me, but I probably would have been dragging them.
I think so.
But that is a great line and a great way to lead into what makes this diet any different than any other diet book.
Well, that's a really good question. It's really not a caveman diet. This book is different because, well, for one thing, 70%, the latest surveys show 70% of Americans are struggling with weight to one degree or another.
Now an epidemic.
Right.
It's an epidemic.
And they're frustrated. And so my sister Diane and I have read all of the books, or almost all of them, and experimented with them. And when we had the same challenges, they didn't seem to work.
Why did you come with this? Why did the two of you get together and say we're going to write a book about, well, I hate to call it diet, but
it's more of a wellness book.
Wellness book.
Yeah. Well, my mom would tell you that I was born with an intense curiosity for how things work and why. And to me, there's nothing more fascinating than the human body. And so that was always just something that I was interested in. And I was physically active, just looking at wellness in general. And my younger sister had the same type of interest. And so we were constantly reading all these books, reading all these papers. We both worked with biotechnology researchers for the last 15 years and just looking at the way they look at things and seeing that it didn't work. And so we really started to just drill down to figure out, well, what would work?
Well, that's the point that I want to make, or the question I want to ask, Tom, because there is a gazillion diet books, exercise books. So how did you narrow it down? And I think you said it's an 8-step program that you have. So through all your research, you've narrowed it down to 8 things. And are any of these in the other diet and exercise books, or this is something of your own creation?
Well, you know what? Some of them are in pieces, but the reason why the TurboCharged program is so effective is because it looks at 2 different things. It looks, number one, at the way our bodies were designed to work. It looks at why we accumulate fat in the first place, and we address those areas. And then it also looks at what are the fastest ways to get rid of our excess fat, or to burn it up, to use it as energy. So when we put all those together, that's what makes the program work so easily, simply, and rapidly.
The thing I like best about it is 3 to 5 minutes of daily exercise is all that is necessary to start shedding pounds. I am all for that one.
Well, most people are. One of the major reasons that diet and exercise advice today hasn't worked is because we're told to reduce calories and exercise 45 minutes endlessly. Well, there's a problem with that to start with. The basic flaw with that formula is that you create a calorie deficit which most people can't adequately fuel. Can't adequately fuel with body fat. So they end up, by doing that combination, they end up in those exercise sessions, burning lean body mass, converting lean body mass over, and survival instincts kick in. And that's what makes people so hungry after they exercise.
And I'm going to echo what Tanya says. I'm thrilled about 3 to 5 minutes. So what do we do in those 3 to 5 minutes? Are you going to kill me in that 3 to 5 minutes, or is it what kind of exercise?
Well, you know what?
About?
The best part about that is it's 3 to 5 minutes, but they're spread out at 1 minute at a time.
Really?
That's even better.
So what we do is we have people just get more active, to be on their feet more, get more active during the day. The more you're on your feet, the better. The more you're walking around, the better. That is a perfect activity, fat burning activities. Mm-hmm. As far as in order to maintain your muscle mass, which is what's lost and which is what reduces your metabolism on virtually every diet, what you want to do is, what we have people do is 3 to 5 times a day, we have them do what we call mini muscle or mini strength exercises. So they might be just body weight squats or push-ups off the counter, or even exercises that you can do sitting down. I usually resort to, push-ups and just body weight squats. People, if they were to just alternate push-ups and body weight squats throughout the day, they would be able to maintain all of their lean body mass while their fat is
and continue their
rapidly
strength.
going. Yes, yes. People who are not used to doing any exercise at all can gain strength actually very rapidly just doing those 2 exercises.
I.e., of course, when you say stay active, i.e., the caveman didn't have elevators, cars, or any of the conveniences. Obviously, we know that. But do you have to tie this, I would think you have to tie it to a very healthy diet.
Well, you know what? We tie it to the most natural. We can't really go back to being cavemen, but we tie it to.
I realize that.
Right, and what we do is we tie the diet to foods that agree with our bodies, foods that we were naturally meant to eat.
And they being, give us an example.
They being, well, fruits, vegetables, proteins, tubers, the pyramid without the grains and without any of the refined foods. Sure.
Yeah.
Red meat is fine.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So the pyramid without refined grains.
Without any refined foods. We pretty much eliminate all refined oils, refined foods, processed foods, heat and eat foods, and grains to a large extent.
That's an early grave looking for a place to happen. The heat and eat foods, just amazing. There's no nutritional value in them whatsoever.
No, and there's a lot of things in there, preservatives and dyes and chemicals that you just don't want to put in your body.
How long have you been in practice with TurboCharged?
Everything for this book came together probably 2.5 years ago. 2.5 years ago. And the results, was we were always experimenting, but the results and the fat loss came so rapidly that, and my sister Diane and I ate 2 different diets at the time. The book is kind of open. It leaves everybody a lot of room for kind of picking and choosing the kind of foods that they really like. But when we both experienced the same results, eating virtually different foods, a totally different diet, then we started experimenting with our family and friends, and the results were 100% every single time.
Rapid results?
Rapid results. We're talking not 1 to 2 pounds a week like normal, which is totally boring and takes forever. We have people that lose 5 to 8, 9 pounds a week, and they continue to do it. But the thing is it's not just pounds; it's fat. And that's what everybody in the book, we tell people, forget about weight loss, focus only on fat loss and on positive changes in your body composition.
Website, where can we find you?
Okay, the website is turbocharged.us.com, and there's a lot of great information there.
Excellent.
The book is available on Amazon right now in both that copy, hard copy, and Kindle. And it is now starting to come in bookstores, so if your bookstore doesn't have it, just ask them to order it for you.
Tom, thank you very much.
Thank you. Tanya, thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you. When we come back, we're going to talk about pain management. We're also going to talk about the restrictions on the National Forest coming up and Paths of Hope.
But first, Tanya's going to tell you about a great place, whether it's the weekend or through the week. It's Cliff Castle.
Cliff Castle Casino and Hotel. Stargazer will host Bill Engvall Saturday, June 11th. You can get your tickets. Give them a call to find your tickets for that particular event. Also, Storyteller's Restaurant is housed right there in the casino and hotel area. Wednesday night and Thursday, or Wednesday and Thursday, if you buy an entree, you get the second one half off. Have a great deal of fun because Cliff Castle Casino is where all the action is happening. Take your family and enjoy.